Well, okay, guys. So for this task, we have to go to Shoreline and find this yellow flare. On the wiki, it shows us some spawn points. Looks like West Wing on the resort on the roof. There's a couple spots. I'm guessing this is also West Wing. Yep. The weather station, you know that little radio tower across from it? There's a barrel that has one and a wire spool. I don't know why they're showing the weather station. Okay, this makes sense. The weather station is actually the building with the safe. And then there's the tower, which is the same spot you have to go for I think the last task to put the little device planet. But supposedly you're gonna get this flare, and you gotta post it according to the wiki. You gotta shoot it up away from the mortar zones. And I guess when you pop it, it's gonna bring its own mortar barrage. So, it's a fun note. Be prepared for people to know about it, and if you see barrages going out of the area, you kind of know, hey, this is probably someone else doing this part of the task, right? I think you can do it on any map, but you gotta get the flare on Shoreline, it looks like. I tried doing it with the regular yellow flare, and you can't. It has to be a specific yellow flare. The special one that you get from these spots. I'm gonna see if I can grab extra ones. I'm kind of curious when the event's over if it'll still do it, because that'd be a sick thing to do. You're about to be attacked, so you pop that thing and run. You know, imagine you're on Lighthouse. You're like, okay, no one's gonna cross this area for the next 2 minutes. That'd be sick. It might start off with a little bit of daylight. Trying to find an LED light for my room. What about a projector light? Projector light. See what that does. Oh, that's sick. All right. It is blackout. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Started me by the weather station again. Nice. Bro. Okay, right. Let me guess. The cheater. Like what, bro? Come on. Did I kill one of them at least? Yeah, head ears, huh? 11 KD, level 34, 900 hours. No nods. He doesn't even have his nods on. Oh, I fucking hate cheaters, bro. Let's see if he's a Twitch streamer. Twitch. Let's go. I don't even know who this guy is. REGMNT. Regiment. 30 followers. REGMNT. Why is he saying he's wow, look at this guy. He's only recommending like top tier streamers. Mainly a Tarkov streamer, but you'll find a little bit of everything. Watch parties, music, many other games. Avid gym enthusiast, fitness trainer. Come chat and relax. From the East Coast, I play video games, mainly blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Check out his Instagram. Page isn't available. Check out his TikTok. 0 followers, 0. He's okay. This is literally nothing. Why are you putting your socials up when you literally have nothing? One follower following one person. This just like screams cheater, bro. Invalid Discord. Yeah, that's how you tell someone's cheating. I killed his boy. You know, cheaters really just bother me, man. They really do. So I have to have extra mags. Unfortunate. Didn't register me putting that in earlier. That's unfortunate. I'll bring this over here, make a projector, open up TikTok. Okay. My TikTok chat. I didn't remember to restart my task, though. That's unfortunate. The slide on this gun is so awesome looking. High computer load detected. What? Yeah, my CPU is maxed out. See what happens when we load in the game, though. I don't think it'll stay like that. Why is my CPU being overloaded? Close out Discord. Close out my... Okay, what else do we got going on? What about now? Yeah, Tarkov is just eating my GPU and CPU right now. If we went in full screen, we can't. can't see my mouse now. Oh, this is gonna piss me off. There we go. Alright, we can't stream on TikTok right now. It's overwhelming my, computer. Still at 100%. I think it's glitching. What the fuck? He's running unsuppressed? Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy. You got lucky I missed a headshot. Turek run, he two-tapped me. Okay. That's cool. I'm bringing my Lapua. I'm tired of this shit. Come on, game. Load me out. Something's going on with my computer. I don't know what it is, but I shouldn't be at 100%. Let me see if there's an NVIDIA update. Antivirus update? The kernel? Doesn't look like it. What is making my PC run how it's running right now? Yeah, we'll wear one. How come we can't buy the Corund anymore? Oh, you can. Hmm. Interesting. That's fine. $214. What the hell was that? What's going on right now, man? Yeah, now they went up in price. Bro, I can't even buy one. What the hell? We are broke now, man. Sell some stuff on the flea before we go into this raid. Maybe I'll do a scav run too. He's gone up in price yet? Still no. They're never gonna go up in price this way. Alright, I gotta pee. Wife is texting me. Sorry, guys. More important in the stream. Interesting. Damn, bro is cruising. Damn. He got, like, hammered. I didn't even know there was a spawn for loot there. Unknown sector, so someone else called one. That's not what I wanted to do.
Земляк, стрелять не хочу!
Where's the transit to Lighthouse? Does anybody remember? Oh, I know where it's at. It's on the way to, it's past the lighthouse. I'm hoping that scav has a flint on him. I didn't even check. Oh, I'm not even there. Can't check. Where the hell's it dropping the box? What the hell? What? The fuck, bro? I'm so confused. We're gonna go past the shoreline, but we're gonna go the risky way. I think that's just scav. Hola from Spain. Hey, what's good? Welcome, welcome. My family's Cuba. My family that came from Cuba came from Spain and France. My heritage is Martinez de Campo, and then so essentially, my family went to Cuba. They conquered it, and because they didn't send all the booty back to all the loot and stuff back to Spain, we got excommunicated from the Catholic Church, I guess, and lost our title. Because there's like the Prime Minister's General. And on the France side, they were like the wealthy architects and the money. So it was like the army and the money on both sides. Chili Dog, that's a funny name. So you're one of the few people that understand the term DonCubano. Doesn't mean my name is Don, right? Everybody's like Don. I'm like, it's a surname, like Sir Isaac Newton. Don't call me Don. Doesn't bother me anymore, but I'm waiting for my airdrop to come in. I don't know how long I gotta wait. How's the weather in Spain today, man? Yeah, I gotta get out of the open. How long do I gotta wait for this damn airdrop, man? What the hell? Oh. So I'm gonna hold off on the painkillers and deal with the screen blur. Think I might go towards vehicle and take vehicle out. Yeah, I'm not waiting for this. I'll do another one and try again. No problem, bro. I'm English but live in Spain. Oh, nice. Hey, good stream. I appreciate that, man. I'm waiting for this airdrop, but it's not coming, so I don't want to sit here forever. I have a broken leg, so I'm like limping my way through this. Yeah, I think that once an airdrop's been called, you have to be the one that there, or you have to wait for the next one. So I'm guessing those people went to the health resort to find another one. Oh, a stash. Maybe I'll find a splint. I think the longer you run on it, the quicker it gets damaged. I ought to be able to find a splint here at the med camp. It's not really a med camp, but... I'm gonna have to hobble my way to vehicle. Yo, chat. That's funny. I don't want to take that battery. It's not worth very much. Oh, and there's the painkiller wearing off. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to deal with the screen blur unless I find a splinter painkiller. That airdrop's still not coming, bro. I don't know what's up with that. There's my airdrop, I think. And I'm out of painkillers. That sucks. That's my airdrop, too. That is unfortunate. But unless I find a splint, it doesn't do me any good. Where are these people finding this key, man? Get this scab to come over here so I can kill it. Is that a medical supply box over here, I wonder? Medical supply box, let's go, Splint. Fuck.
Вроде никого.
Yeah, come here, Scav.
Да, да, конечно, конечно! А, сука. Ноге пиздец. Жопа, разъебали меня, нужен доктор.
Where did he go? Alright, we're gonna evac, because this just sucks. How much time do I have? 17 minutes? I could walk back and then walk back again, but I'm not doing that. I think I already hit this box, right? Yeah. Really hoping to find a splint. See if anybody's taking vehicle yet next to me? That's good. We'll just have to restart it, guys. It is what it is. Just us then? Yeah. Usually just me. People don't want to talk a lot of times. They just want to lurk. They don't want to say anything. It just is what it is. That's most of my content, is a lot of people don't want to talk and say anything. And I've just become comfortable with that. Over the years. I think I hear the scav. Come on, Scab, have a splint on you, please. That's okay, though. I don't really stream for views. I just want to have fun, and, you know, people want to watch, they want to watch. They don't, that's okay. I don't want to, like, change who I am over it, you know, because I used to do that and it just didn't give me the growth. So I just, you know, just try to be the best version of me. Damn, I was really hoping for a splint. They're working this way. Whoever that is. Alright, we're gonna hobble my way to the vehicle. Fortunately, guys. Don't have any more painkillers. Not that far, it's just the other side of those buildings. Bro, I feel like I can limp faster than this with a broken leg. Like, really? I really feel like this is, like, not an accurate depiction of what you'd be like. I mean, your leg would be mutilated if you were walking like this. And you'd still be groaning. Like, oh, this sucks. This hurts. Fuck, man. If you're gonna groan every time you get up on something or jump, then you'd still be groaning. I feel like most of the time when I've been hurt and I'm groaned, I've groaned with my mouth closed. I don't do it like open, like yeah, like that's not. Who does that? Let me just run across this room. We're almost there. What's that? Oh, it's nothing. Okay. It's absolutely nothing. Oh, this is so painful to do, bro. Like, normally, if this happens, I just Alt F4, bro. I just die. Like, forget this, you know? Chili Dog, don't forget to drop a follow while you're here in the stream, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Oh no, I'm gonna die. There we go. Mick Murray TTV. Let's see if he actually is a streamer. I don't know why it keeps going to this guy. I type in Mick Murray and that's what comes up. Okay, that's thing. $15 followers. When was your last live? No videos. I don't think this guy's ever been live. Why do you have TTV in your name if you don't even stream? I don't understand. I'm not gonna follow you if you don't even stream. Okay. So we gotta bring a splint every time, man. Like I can't have that be happening. That's embarrassing. All right, let's do this again. Ugh. Oh yeah, we're getting a quick match. I think he saw me. What a weird setup, right? Dearborn, maybe? I wonder if he was legit or not, because he's found me quick. Oh, I was kind of on that hill, huh? Probably a guy that ran by him that way, right? Based on his spot, there's a guy that probably spawned there and ran that way. Maybe, maybe not. What the fuck, bro? Those guys stressed me out. Where is this guy? I think my grenade killed him. Where did this guy go? The hell? What if he stole my package? This guy's a weirdo, man. Like, I don't understand where he fucking went. wonder if I killed him. No, I didn't kill him with a nade. That guy's a sneaky little bastard. Alright, I'm gonna run around the outside of the map. Fix off my arm like that. That looks so cool. Wow, this is cool as fuck. course it did. Cream of the crop. Oh boy. See if I can survive. Oh, I might just sit in my spawn for a while. We'll see. All right. See if we can survive doing this. Where the hell did it put me? Oh, I got the worst spawn for it. Wow. Here, we can't go that way. There's fucking landmines. You saw me. He moved. That guy's cheating, dude. 100% cheating. Same guy. There's no way you called my play like that, bro. Bro, whatever. That guy's totally cheating his dick off. You can't even get up there as fast as he got there. There's no spawn that allows you to get up there that fast. I checked that area. Like, he, like, hid behind the rocks and waited for me. He's a radar runner, dude. I'm not even worried about it, but it's like, fuck, bro. Why do you gotta cheat like that? This event's gonna make me angry, I can already tell. I had a gut feeling he was gonna be up there, too. When I didn't see him on the mountain. I should have just ran that way. It's like he knew where I was trying to go, you know? Like, he wasn't shooting any rogues, he just sat there. That's okay, though. Some people gotta cheat, and that's, you know, that's just what they gotta do. I don't have enough fucking money to buy one. Wow. There we go. I can't remember how to spell skull. You know what? I was having fun with nighttime. Let's go back to nighttime. Cool. OBS blade. Interesting. Why is this taking so long to find a match on auto? The fuck? Sweet. Okay, Alt F4 in the game. I'm not dealing with that weird bug, bro. Should be pinned here. I don't understand why it's not. We'll put it to taskbar then. Hey, broski, I'm finding myself in I am the asshole moment. You know, I work 6 days out of the week, each day 8 to 1. Every time I freaking come home to my mother, constantly bothering me with a docket of chores I need to do for rationally thinking I pay 85% of the bills. Well, brother, if you live at your home, you're still her child, regardless of whether or not you're an adult. You need to take that and throw that out the window. You live in her home, you're her child, bro. So, as a Christian, you're going to get advice from a Christian, right? So, be prepared for that when you get that. But, like, if it was my kid and they're living in my house, yeah, of course. I don't care if they're a multimillionaire. They're still doing chores, or they're going to pay someone to do it. She just wants you to... She's trying to make you a good person, man. She's trying to make you take care of yourself. Even if you're working, you still have to maintenance yourself. It's irritating you because you're like, man, I'm doing this and this and this, and you expect it to be enough. But I'll tell you, as someone who's been married for 10 years, my dad was never home, and when he was home, he beat the shit out of me most of the time. So I had very seldom good experiences as a child with my dad because he was always disciplinary, and he was always angry, and he was always hurting. I wish that he was just never home as a kid. Or that he could have respected me and we could have had a good relationship. But my mom lied about everything. She's a pathological liar, and she'd be like, oh, yeah, son, it's okay. Do whatever you want. And then my dad would come home and be like, you're not supposed to do this and this and this, and beat the shit out of me. And I'm not talking just spank. He beat the shit out of me sometimes, man. Most of the time it was spanking, but he didn't want to hurt his hand. He'd pull out his belt. Didn't matter which side. He was going to hit me with that. If it was a metal part, didn't matter. If I moved around and it hit me in the nuts, that's my bad, right? That's just how he looked at it. And I think your mom just wants you to contribute. And yes, making income, she doesn't understand what goes on in your job. You could have the hardest job, the easiest job, doesn't matter. She wants you to come home and do chores, right? That's not unreasonable. Regardless, I don't care if you're working 200-hour week, you put that on you, right? You got to think, okay, am I putting too much on myself with my work that I cannot accommodate for my mom that allows me to stay at home with her? And now I'm drained and I'm coming home and I have nothing left, and she's like, hey, you need to do this and this and this. She's your mom, right? She's expecting that you're going to have responsibilities, right? She wants to raise an adult, right? A grown man that's going to take care of himself, going to take care of other people. And part of that encompasses taking care of the annoying chores. Plus, she's there all day. She's got to take care of them, right? She's letting you stay there. It's a reasonable thing. Now, that's the first comment to your first comment. Now I'll read the rest of it. It's consistently bothering me every day with the docket of chores that I need to do. So for a rational... I think I pay 85% of the bill. If you got to have a conversation. Hey, mom, do you agree that if I work and I pay all these bills that you can do the chores? If you didn't have a vocal agreement, that's where the problem started, right? That's why it's really difficult living with your family, because there's unspoken things that they just expect, right? And you've got to remove the expectations and just make it make a contract with her. This is what's expected of you. This is what's expected of me, right? And here's our boundaries, right? 95% of the chores in the house, 1 day off while she works 3 days a week, 6 hours a day, sitting in the cashier at Walmart. That's still a lot of work. It's not a matter of who's the asshole. It's a matter of your mom is struggling and she wants help, right? If she's working 1 hour a week, 10 hours a week, 30 hours a week, doesn't matter. You can't look at life like what's fair, what's not fair. Life isn't fair. And part of the issue that we as adults struggle, as a young adult especially, is, well, that's not fair. It doesn't matter what's fair. It matters what's right and wrong and what's good and what's not good. So when you can put it in black and white and remove your emotions, that's my opinion. Now, if you apply your emotions, is it fair? No. But is it fair that she had to bring you into the world? Right? The argument is with a parent is so tough, because she took care of you for all those years and you never paid rent when you were a little kid. Did she like, oh, you didn't pay rent, I'm not going to feed you. You want your diaper changed? Okay, that's $5. She never did that. I hope, right? She might have joked about it, right? So you got to think, in her mind, she supported you. You owe her, right? That generation from like the 40s all the way up to like the 60s, if you do something in their time, you owed, right? So their way of showing love was, hey, it's transactional. You do this and I do this. If you don't do this, I don't do this anymore. If you don't do this, you don't love me, right? It's very transactional and broken. And that's why the divorce rate was so fucking high. You know? So what it comes down to is you just got to have a conversation about it, write out on paper or type it out what you think are reasonable expectations for you and what for her. And maybe make a monetary, if you're struggling with fairness, make a monetary value of each task. Like go to, like, okay, at a restaurant, how much do they make washing dishes? Okay, take 10% off of that. That's an hourly wage that you would get paid for doing that. So you could break down everything in your home and your finances to transactional. That might be a way that makes sense for her. But ultimately, it's gonna, in my opinion, come down to like respect and, you know, just clear communication, brother. You know, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, bro. You know, like I get that's tough. It's probably not what you want to hear, but as a friend that, you know, I've hung around you a little bit now, and I respect you, and as a person who myself struggles with relationships with his parents. You know, my mom is a flaming narcissist, and you know, she's just super condescending, and she's very educated. It is very hard. Wow, I did not realize where I was. It's very hard to argue with her. You just can't. And she went to school for debate. Literally got a doctorate degree in economics, but she got paid to go to school for debate. You know, so it's like, how do you argue with someone who's literally spent their whole life learning how to argue? Right? I fucked up. I had a really good spawn. That's just my opinion, man. You don't have to take it. I don't think you're an asshole. It's not a matter of who's an asshole. I think it's just there needs to be communication, you know? Yeah. I think when you run into situations like that, the best thing to do is remove your emotions and think about it from a logical perspective. And that's really tough to do. Looking for another one of these flares, man.
Урод.
Why is it not? I'll read that in a second. Give me a minute here. Just think from the perspective of I work more, I pay into the bills, I should be able to do less in the house. Yeah, but that's your expectation, right? If you didn't have that conversation, you don't get the right to have that expectation, in my opinion. I think the problem in relationships, whether it's parental or children or spousal, is the same in that aspect of it doesn't matter because the issue is you have expectations. So you're gonna, like, what's one thing when you, okay, remember back in the day when you were a kid and you'd have company and we gotta get the house clean, right? What's the number one thing your mom's gonna say? I expect this and this. She has expectations, right? They're setting a clear, this is what I want to happen. This is what needs to get done. If you don't get done, here's a discipline, right? That's her job because they want to teach you to have, standards and yada yada, right? I'm not trying to tell you right or wrong or tell you what to do, bro. You asked me, and I'm giving you my perspective. I am not the guy that is going to tickle your ears and, tell you what you want to hear, or I'm not the kind of guy that's going to join in and bitching about people, right? Unless I just personally have an opinion on them. But that's just my opinion, man. You just got to have a clear conversation. But what's the point of at what point does expectations come unreasonable? The moment you had it and didn't talk about it first. Think of relationships instead of as transactional and as consensual. It's not about a transaction, it's about consent. All right? And that's my opinion anyway. If you change that perspective just a little bit, that little tweak right there, man. It's easier said than done, of course. That's just my point, man. Like you can believe what you want to believe. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna try to tell you how to live your life. But I've got thousands and thousands of hours of personal self-development and like relationship and marital counseling on both ends, receiving, giving, just researching. I started getting into marriage counseling, like reading about it, watching videos and stuff when I was like 12. Oh my God, it's so loud. So, not that I'm this great oracle of look at my experience, but I have been married 10 years and I did have a really rough upbringing. And a lot of people have been my parents in my life. Like I've had a lot of acting fathers, surrogate fathers, not by blood, but, I've had a lot of people just be father figures for me and help me. They'd probably be real disappointed to look back and see me playing video games with my life, but I'm enjoying it. And, honestly, I think that's what would make my dad happy. And give him the most honor. Not that I'm doing some crazy shit with my life, but that I'm doing what I enjoy. And I still impact people. Like, you asked me that question. That's my main entree of my content is helping people with their social and emotional and family trials, That's like my passion, right? So it always is an honor to me to answer those questions, but I don't have the same perspective as everybody else. And a lot of times people, especially my chat, will get in. I hate answering like computer questions because everybody becomes a computer expert and tells me about how wrong I am. So like, I want the raw, realistic perspective. Yeah, and that's what you're gonna get, man. I'm cautious about stuff like that because I know you're emotionally tied to your decision, and I don't want to offend you, You've been really, really good friend to have, you know. And not that I would treat you like, not that I'd be more aggressive if you weren't. Like, I just want to go out of my way to be, you know, cordial, I guess. But you just got to think about why they're the way they are, the psychology behind it. You know, if they're being malicious, you know, that's different, right? If they're like maliciously taking advantage of you, you don't want to do that. But I think about my relationship, right? My wife cooks, she cleans, she pays the bills, she does the work, she does everything. Literally, she makes all my food, all of it. She does everything, bro. Literally. And when I worked full time, she did the same. I don't want to get killed by a scav AI. I'll talk more about that when my airplane gets away from me. Oh god, that's right where I'm going. You know, a wife like that? She have a sister. Yeah, her sisters are nothing like her, man. I built my wife from the ground up. My wife didn't have a lot of strong values. She was very hurt and damaged. Spent 5 years of the first 5 of our 10 years marriage outside of working, you know, crazy hours, 100-hour weeks, going to school, you know, and all that. And managing businesses and helping her manage her businesses. Like, she always did something. Even when I was working full time, we ran a daycare together while I was working, and she managed that. Like, she was always finding cheap stuff to sell online, to flip stuff. She always bought secondhand clothes, and she'd buy bags of clothes and find other bags and trade and sell instead of buying new clothes. I'd be out of work, and she'd get us on food stamps so we could pay for, like, formula and stuff when she couldn't breastfeed. I gave my wife the opportunity to become who she was, you know? So, you know, like, to her, and now, I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do, right? But instead of knocking on me and be like, oh, you haven't made any money in the last few years, she just supports me, right? Because that's what I did for her. When she didn't make any money, I didn't go, oh, you can't do this business anymore. You're not making money. You know, I supported her. And I think the thing is you got to learn what unconditional love is. And that love is an action, not an emotion. And so, you don't want to be taken advantage of. Like, too long, anyway. But, if it's family, like, I don't consider blood to be family. So, like, my mom can't treat me any different than the person down the street, right? But my mom didn't do what most parents do. She didn't take the best care of me she could have, right? She didn't do her best. She could say she did, but not anywhere near her best. But I don't do the best for my kids either. And so I have a lens as an adult that I look at differently now, you know, because I struggle with the same issues that my parents did, you know, because I'm their kid. Right? So, but I don't give them grace to the point where it's okay that they did it. I give them grace to the point where I can forgive them and understand that they weren't malicious. My dad didn't maliciously beat me. He was just a broken, tired old man. You know? He didn't like, oh, I hate my kid. I want to beat him until he kills himself. Because I tried to a lot of times. But that wasn't his thought. But I could go, well, how could you let me do that to myself? How could you treat me like that? It's not that they were malicious. That's just what happened, man. And I think a lot of times we get like this expectation of how things are because we watch movies and we think life's supposed to be fair and everything is supposed to end with a happy ending and, you know? And I think we just live a lie and it hurts others around us because we want things to go a certain way. Then when we have bad days, we expect everybody else to give us all the grace. It's like a full circle system. Yeah. Exactly. But my wife wasn't always that way, you know? In fact, when we met, she had just been taken advantage of by this other guy, and you know, he's just at the time he was just a piece of shit. He's not a total piece of shit anymore, but at the time he was just a total piece of shit, man. There's been times in my life I was too. Like, I'm not judging, but I raised his kid, man. No questions asked. For, you know, I'm about to be 11, right? But I've always been her dad. One of my main values was to never raise someone else's kid. I wasn't gonna be. I wanted women to realize what they dated, and they were going after the wrong type of men, and I wanted them to be punished for taking it out on me and not dating me because I wasn't the bad boy with my pants hanging around my feet. It's like, you obviously don't know what I did because I was way more badass than those guys. I actually fucking had a job, had a vehicle, had multiple vehicles. I could actually shoot a gun. I could actually fight. Right? Like, those guys were all just talk. And the media and the news and TV has conditioned us to be attracted to flashy bullshit. And it's toxic, and that's why so many women can't have a good relationship, is because they're going after these idiots, you know? And they're just little boys in men's clothes. They're not men, you know? And too many people are dating just to date, just to fuck, just to not be alone. They're not dating because it's healthy to be in a relationship, or, you know, because they want to do something. You know, they're dating, they're not having a reason, you know what I mean? And that's kind of a cancer to society. I kind of want to wait out a couple more people. And, you know, you should be dating with the intention to get to know somebody because you want to marry them. In my opinion, you should not be dating someone just for the sure funs and giggle and you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone, or you're dating someone for your weaknesses. That means that you need to be working on yourself and making yourself a better person. I'm stuck here now. I can't leave. Now, obviously, this is all easier said than done, right? But that's my opinion, man. The thing is, man, like, people get married, and it's like for better or for worse, right? That's an oath you're supposed to take. And when it gets worse, they run, you know? So, yeah. I lost my chain of thought. All I'm getting at, man, is you just give her grace and understand that that's her cry for help. That's her way of saying, hey, I need help. I'm overwhelmed. I want you to be doing stuff. I want you to grow. You know? There's nothing wrong with asking her, hey, I have no problem taking these on. This is how I feel about it, though. I'm going to, but I want you to know this is how I feel about it. I feel like this is my expectation. Maybe I was wrong in thinking this. Can we talk about this? Give her an opportunity to talk about it. Now, some people, like, you can't trust. You know what I mean? Like, when I got in my relationship with my wife, I couldn't trust her for me to open up and tell her how I felt about things and what I thought. And I didn't want to overwhelm her. Like, I was working literally over 100 hours a week roofing. Okay, commercial roofing. Okay, the hardest trade in construction. Like top 3 for sure. And I was managing all the bills. I was paying her rent. I was paying my rent. I was paying for all of her debts. I paid off all my debts. I bought her a car. I was paying for her child's formula. I was paying for her child's diaper. I wasn't getting sex at first. I wasn't getting anything. In fact, she wasn't even making my meals at first. You know, like, I got nothing other than just making someone else's day better. Right? For the first 4 or 5 days of us dating. Now, we even slept in the same bed, but we didn't have sex. At the time, she didn't want to ruin the relationship or hurry it up or, you know, waste it or, you know, she wanted to, you know, she didn't want to screw it up, right? In fact, her acting father at the time was like, you're sleeping with this dude and not fucking, like, what is, like, you know what that's doing to him? Like, and I was like, just whatever it takes to do what's right for this girl so that she feels safe and that I'm not taking advantage of her and that I'm here to support her and that I'm here for her. I wanted to be her knight in shining armor, right? And because she was in a vulnerable state in her life, that I was even more of a knight in shining armor, right? And so I met her at her low. I was actually when I met her, I wasn't working. It was the summer because I was out of work at the time, but I was flush on cash. I pulled out my retirement to pay her stuff off and to pay off my vehicle. And I had started a couple businesses I was running on the side, but I wasn't like crazy good on cash. And then that summer I worked, and that's when I had the work and I was taking care of everything and paying all of her bills and my bills. I only paid for her bills for like a month, 2 months. And then we moved in together. But we only dated 3 months before we got married, you know? So what about a strategy or maybe getting a whiteboard and creating a list of household chores and divvying it up? You got to be careful with a whiteboard if you already have one laying around maybe, but like you don't want to be like condescending or be like, here, I'm going to line this out, right? But like, and also, like, I don't know how she is with authority. She might feel like you're stepping up to authority over her and telling her what to do. I don't know her dynamic, right? So I can't give you the best advice because I don't know her. You know what I mean? So all I can do is give you options. And you got to kind of mitigate what... You got to use your best judgment. Does that make sense? But maybe a whiteboard might be excessive. I don't know her temperament. It might work out. That might be the way that she talks, right? I don't know. I would say, however she presents stuff to you, that's what I would recommend presenting to her with. But definitely getting it displayed or on paper. If you have a hard time, if you guys are having a hard time, like, who's supposed to do what, and you have a hard time being mindful about things, and you need to have a chore chart, there's nothing wrong with that. You're roommates, right? You just got to remember she's your mother, and you have a responsibility to God to honor her and respect her, you know? Now, you haven't left her home. By God's definition, she's still your freaking boss, bro. Like, you're supposed to do what she says. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they can take your license away until I think you're 25 or 21 in most states. Not just 18, right? We know that, you know, you don't really grow up until you have responsibilities. That you have no choice, or you're doing them because it's the right thing, you know? But I would say that might be a strategy. I'm not 100% on her temperament, so I can't tell you that that would work. But I think it's a great idea to use a whiteboard and lay it all out. A big one or something. I would just say don't be obnoxious about it. You know, be respectful. Take it serious. Be kind. Maybe take her out to lunch or something. You know, I would honestly... try to figure out what's going on with her before you even have the conversation. Because if it's like all of a sudden, she might be overwhelmed with a bunch of things, and there might be nothing you can do if you're doing all the chores and everything that's going to make her happy. Like my mom is just miserable. There's nothing I can do to make her happy. I stopped trying to make her happy a long time ago. I can just open my mouth and she's angry. And the same for her with me. We just trigger each other. Because we know everything that she did, that I did, everything... We know everything, right? Like she can't sneak things by me. I know her motives, her way of thinking. Now, to a degree, that's great, but at another degree, if she wants to make a change, I still hold her accountable to that, and that sucks. Because I spent so many years trying to help her get better about how she was, and she didn't want to have it, and now we just don't talk. Because I know it leads to contention every time. I cannot have a conversation with her without it going to contention. It just can't happen. I've tried for years and years and years and years and years. It just cannot happen. So I've just learned to just keep it short and simple with her. You know? Those are the kind of women you have to take care of everything. Because in their life, men took care of everything. Okay. Let me give you an example. My dad is a Cuban. He's Hispanic, a Cuban, right? If you sat on the couch in their house, that meant you were bored and needed something to do. If you stopped working on something, that meant you needed something to do. So if you're a woman in that household, it was automatically your job to tell them what they needed to do to contribute. Super toxic, but fair and reasonable. You know, if a woman's having to take care of the kids, they're big families, they're taking care of the chores, taking everything, there's nothing wrong with that. I think if she was staying home and not working at all, I think that you would have a little bit of a leg to stand on. But because she's also working, you don't really have as much. It's pretty much like you have to value what you're doing and what she's doing and weigh that, you know, and that's tough. Really fucking tough. Sounds like they're about the same. Extremely condescending, demands unrealistic expectation, no relaxing with work, just, yeah. No regard to what I do, yeah. It sounds like she might be a little ADHD and maybe a little bit autistic, you know? But probably not autistic. My mom is, and she doesn't want to admit it. But I think definitely that you gotta figure out what's going on, you know, and just give her grace, in my opinion. You gotta really like look at it with a lens of how can I make her life better, and not look at it trying to get something in return from it. That's my opinion anyway. When you start trying to get returns for things, like, oh, I do this, so you do this, like it's chess, it's transactional, it's no longer love, it's transactional. You know what I mean? Like, I can count on both of my hands how many meals that I've made before I retired. Like, as a married man. Like, maybe even one hand. You know? Even if I was working at 3 in the morning, she'd get up and make my food. Like, she went on a trip today. She made sure that I had food in the microwave, already made. All I have to do is heat it up. Right? It's just how she is. She knows how I get when I get rage, angry, and hungry, and she loves me, you know? She just thinks about me, and sometimes she doesn't. I have to remind her, hey, did you mind, you know, you're slipping on this a little bit, you know? And then she reminds me. And sometimes, it's just, I haven't fucked her. I haven't taken care of her needs. I haven't taken care of, you know, I haven't told her she's beautiful enough. I haven't, most of the time, it's I haven't done something. When you find women like your mom and my mom, you have to shower them with affection and with affirmation, and because they're constantly beating themselves up. They're constantly angry. They're constantly like, I'm a piece of shit, you know? I'm not worthy of life, you know? So you have to think. I think I killed that one. Oh, congratulations, I saw a light post. Yeah, they're gonna make it across. Ballsy to run across that road. I think I killed one, I'm not 100%. I might die trying to cross this road. Why didn't he VoIP? Seems a lot like my mom's. Eat, sleep, work, nothing in between. Seems like a lot of my mom's perspective. She's already raised me beyond the age of 18. Job is done. 62 already. Yeah, she's around the same age as my mom. My mom was born in 59. Resume working because she ran out of money. So far, she's concerned about time and she's ready to check out. Yeah, man. So I think, you know, like, here's the thing. You gotta think, where's the house gonna go, right? Where's the house gonna go when she dies, bro? Right? You gotta think, where's all of her assets pretty much gonna go? So you gotta think like, okay, do I have another part of this task? No, that's it. So like, you know, she might just want to know that you're able to take care of things. She might just need reassurance of that. Like, hey, can you just take care of these basic things, right? Like, she's been doing them for 62 years, right? Like, perspective. Right? Like, I have my kids do chores around the house, right? I don't do any of the chores anymore. Fuck no. I got 4 kids. You better be doing the chores. I've been doing them my whole life. That's my perspective. I have that perspective and I'm 30. Now, granted, my life is a little bit different than most people's stories. But still. Just, here's my best advice. Don't live your life like it's not fair. Life has to be fair. And don't try to be fair. Because you're going to lose every time. You know what people let lose? Not nice people, fair people. The Bible doesn't say to be fair. It says to be just. Life isn't fair. But God honors you fairly, and he blesses you fairly and justly. Let me give you an example. In the biblical times, people would bring a sheep to represent Christ coming back. Okay? Now, if you didn't have sheep, now you needed to bring the best sheep of your flock. And if you didn't have it, you brought the best of what you had. You brought a dove, or you brought cooking flour. Whatever the best commodity you had, and the best of that commodity, to represent Christ, because Christ was supposed to be perfect and you know what I mean? And the best of the best people, right? So like the concept, right, is you were bringing the best of what you had. And God would honor that. You know, equally, if you had flour or if you had $1 million sheep, right? So God is fair, and God rewards fairly, and a lot of us don't want to wait for God's reward. We want the reward to be now, or to be recognition. God says if you take your reward too soon, that's your reward. Like, if you were to be a Pharisee in biblical times and be out singing about how you made God, like you worship God and you're so beautiful and all these things, like you have your reward. You're like, God's like, you're supposed to do this in private for me. You're supposed to do these holy things for me in my name to give me glory. But if you take the glory for it or the reward for it, then God no longer owes you a reward for it. Not that if you're given a reward for it, but if you are demanding it, that's your reward. I think people are in here. Yeah, you'd assume to you, exactly. So, right? Like, in her head, she might be like, bro, I'm leaving you everything. You better fucking take care of some chores. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that that's the fact, but you get what I'm saying. Damn, these guys are hustling. That's him right there. He's trying to take the vehicle. He missed it. He might have taken it. I don't think he did, though. He might have taken vehicle out. I don't know. Nope. He tried to. He got left. I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, brother. I'll reiterate, you know? That's my perspective, you know? I would never try to insult you and tell you that, you know, you have to do it this way or that way. I'm gonna try to cut this guy off and not get killed in the meantime. I don't think he'll wait for train. Think he's gonna wait for train? Maybe he doesn't have this evac. I feel like he's probably put his leg back on. I probably shot his leg off. Where'd this guy go? Bro, I didn't expect this guy to run away a different way. I really thought he was gonna go this way. I would have bet money on it. Yeah, I have a zero tolerance for like blatant disrespect, you know? When people are like disrespectful to me just because, I don't tolerate it. Genuinely curious what this guy ran to. You guys remember when this place would actually have like loot? Yeah, those were great days. Oh my god, a mule. We actually found something. Alright, I guess we kill player scabs at this point. Did I kill a guy? I might have killed him. Or one of them. Apparently I'm starving. Gonna wait for some player scavs. think I have north checkpoint, right? You think that guy went? Maybe it's scav on scav? I don't know what that is. Bro, that player was like freaking Houdini, man. Why does that sound so far away? A lot of bodies, bro. Holy bodies, bro. Wonder what killed him. Maybe he killed another scav. Let's go, VPX! Ah, yes. I wonder what killed him.
Вон он, сука!
Patience is a virtue, right? Killed a PMC and everything, bro. Yo, man. I'm not gonna make it out.
Да вот, вот он!
A minute and a half. Let's see if I can make it out. Forget all the other loot, bro. I gotta go. I think I have just enough time to get out. Boy, I am pushing it. Not even worry about his gun or anything, bro. Just let me out of here. I got like so many tasks done just now. Sniper? What the fuck? Oh, shoreline, that's right. Highway to danger zone, new achievement. 25, bro. Jesus. Okay. What the hell? SVD. What the fuck? There was a lot of mules in that raid too, man. Like, what the hell? This better have plates on them. That was a nice raid, man. It's nice when you don't run into cheaters. I know I say that a lot, but... I think I might be broke. It's 5:28. I would have never even thought it was the weekend or that it was 5 o'clock at night, bro. Honestly. Get some arena in.